Neural DSP has the best plugins on the planet. I use the Gojira plugin here on the podcast when I'm writing. And it's also my live tone I take with me around the world. They even have a brand new vocal processor called Mantra that you are hearing right now on my voice. Check it out at neuraldsp.com and use the promo code Garza to get 30% off. That's neuraldsp.com, promo code Garza for 30% off. Link in the description below. And let's get to the podcast. What was that?
A lick?
It was lick?
Or
Was that just practice?
yeah,
Nice.
just trying to, so that you don't have to sit here for half an hour with
Yeah.
me trying to warm up,
Yeah.
so that we can start.
How long does it take for you to warm up?
I think it's usually half an hour where you feel like you're properly warmed up.
Yeah.
Are we recording already?
Oh yeah, we're
perfect.
Yeah, we're going. Bernth, it's an honor to be hanging out with you.
Thank you for having me here. I mean, you already started with a pretty great question. I just came here, and it was like a 1.5 hour drive. And sometimes that happens as a guitar player.
Of course.
You're very familiar with that, I think.
I yeah, a little bit. But I don't know it as much as I should.
Okay, yeah, for me it's, I think, mostly the right hand, because I think, especially for metal players, I think if we have some guitar players watching, they're probably playing metal,
Yeah.
or rock at least.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a bad habit that still kind of affects me a little bit is when I started out with riffs,
Yes.
that with fast alternate picking or tremolo picking, I was using a lot of my arm. You know, I don't know if you remember the first time trying to learn a Slayer song,
Yeah.
like Angel of Death or something.
Yeah.
I think as a kid, I was mostly like really just pushing from my whole arm
Oh.
in order to try to keep up with the record.
Yeah.
So it was looking something like this, I think. And that hurts after a while.
Oh, okay.
So I don't want to go like on a super deep guitar
No,
thing for 4 hours.
Yes, do it,
But
please.
but the one thing I wanted to say is, for me, I feel like when I come here and I have to play right away, the thing I need to focus on is unlocking that right hand for me.
Unlocking the wrist. Okay.
Yes, the wrist
Yes.
especially. And a fun thing that anyone can do that doesn't really sound like metal is when you go to a clean sound and you just have dead notes like this, because it's kind of impossible to do this, like coming from the full arm. Also looks a
Yeah.
bit wrong from
Yeah.
that angle, probably.
Yeah.
So-
Are you drumming?
Yeah. So that's something that I did a little bit earlier
Bum, ba-rum, bum, ba-rum, bum, ba-rum, dun. Okay.
when you went for some coffee, because that's absolutely impossible to do with a super stiff kind of motion like that. You need your wrist.
Oh yeah.
So
Huh?
this kind of wakes up the wrist, just doing dead note patterns like this. You want to give it a try?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. This is my first guitar lesson I've had in
It's not a
probably,
lesson.
25 years.
It's not a lesson, definitely.
Okay.
I just can't shut up about this stuff. Nice.
Is that
Awesome.
Is that it?
Yeah, you can see that it's clearly coming from the wrist. Try to do that with your full arm while keeping the wrist super stiff. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's coming from my bicep.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So if you use your whole arm, yeah,
Yeah.
it feels wrong. I feel it in my bicep, but just the wrist.
Nice. Yeah, that looks and sounds much, much better.
Is that
Yeah,
is
for
that
sure.
how it's supposed to
Yes,
be? Really?
yes, for sure.
I just nailed my first guitar lesson in 25 years. Bernth, thank you very much for that.
I look like such a specific person, like coming on here and just talking about it right away. But it was just something I wanted to mention because you talked
Please.
about warming up. And all
I'm
of
always
that.
looking for like just a simple warm up. Actually, what you said was right. It's like just unlocking my right hand. I'm like, how can I unlock it? And I found like it's been more easier techniques. I noticed. Like someone just told me, just do nothing. Like just do this for like 30 minutes.
Yes.
I was like, oh, it was Bog.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
it's like play slow. I was like, oh yeah. I'm like I'm just trying to warm up and just trying to like, do like Suicide Sound songs. I'm like, and then I've noticed that I don't feel too good. But then I started doing that, just the simple, just unlocking,
Just the wrist, yeah.
just
I mean, for him, he has a lot of iconic rhythm parts. I'm sure he played
Yeah.
the Spheres of Madness riff.
oh yeah,
I think that was one of the shorts that you posted.
oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
legendary.
that's really cool. And the other thing I go into after just doing dead note stuff, of course, you can always just throw a chord in there as well, so that you don't just listen to dead notes for half an hour.
Mm.
So you could do something like this.
But that was funky.
Yeah, it sounds a bit more like funk.
Yeah.
And the next thing that's really cool that changed pretty much everything for me is I come from 3-note per string pattern, where you're playing 3 notes per string. That's the typical shredder stuff,
Okay.
because it's easier to speed up than 2 notes per string. Like if you come from pentatonic stuff and you always play only 2 notes for every single string, it's kind of hard to jump in between the strings.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have 3 notes every single string, you have a bit more time for each transition. So I come from that, and I use that quite a lot. But I found that what gets my hand going and warmed up very quickly is actually doing the 2-note per string stuff that I'm not doing that often. So just for a very simple example, if you just have like an octave,
Mm-hmm.
so D twice in that case, and you do something like this, just two
Mm-hmm.
strokes per string, and then you have to skip a string, so 2 strokes on the A string, 2 strokes on the G string,
Okay.
and just going back and forth. I
Are
feel
Are you going down, up, down,
Yes.
up? Okay.
yes. So I feel like that's also something that's impossible to do when your wrist is very stiff, because you will get stuck in between the strings and you will touch the string in
Oh, yeah.
between. So since you can only do that properly when you speed it up with a wrist movement, that's also something that really keeps my hand going at the start.
Mm.
So maybe that also helps.
Thank you for that, dude. Bernth, you come a long way. I mean, literally, you came from Austria.
Yeah, only for this podcast.
Oh yes, I know. When did you? Okay, so you recently moved to California,
Yes,
right? When was this?
this was actually after the European tour that we did
Mm-hmm.
in January. Before the tour started,
Yeah.
I basically gave away or sold everything that I had, and I didn't have an apartment anymore, and officially kind of lived in the tour bus for 1 month,
Oh
because
yeah.
I didn't have anything in Austria anymore,
Mm.
which was a weird feeling. And right after the tour, I got on a plane to LA and started my life here. So it's not, I feel like it's, I don't know, 3 years ago or something, but it was in January, because
So you've been here about 8 months.
Yeah.
Less.
on and off, because I did a couple of tours in between and
Yeah.
some shows in Europe. So I'm never really that much at home, but I do feel like I live here by now.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah.
What made you move from Austria to here?
So I had a really good time in Austria, because I got lucky and got to play for a lot of great acts. The first thing I ever did, that's, I guess, considered a professional quote unquote job, is I played for the extreme metal band Belphegor,
Mm-hmm.
which is the only Austrian band in that kind of metal sector that tours internationally. And I did that for 1.5 years, and I did my first 2 US tours with that band. We were opening up for Sepultura, which was pretty cool.
Wow, it's heavy. That's
Yeah,
sick.
that was pretty cool. And also for D-Side, you had Glenn Benton here
Mm.
a couple of months ago, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. And that was great, but it was not enough for me to build a life around that, because
Yeah.
it was extreme metal, and it was that
Uh-huh.
kind of thing where you're constantly on tour, but it doesn't fully pay the bills.
Yeah.
So you can't do a job on the side, but you also can't do just this one thing.
It's a weird, yeah. You're kind of like stuck in the middle.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Where it's not a hobby, but it's also not a job yet.
Yeah. And you found him that they needed a guitar player from MySpace, right?
Yes,
Oh,
they we talked about that. Yeah, MySpace was pretty huge back then, and I
Yeah.
remember just being. It was that phase in Austria where you have to either go to the military or you do the other thing, which is it's called Zivildienst. I wish I knew what that is in English, like public services or something.
Okay.
So you don't have to go to the military, and I had long hair, so I didn't want to go to the military.
Of course.
So that they don't cut it off. And it was on one of my last days working there. And pretty much before I had to figure out what do I do next,
Yeah.
because I didn't have a plan with life. I knew that I wanted to play guitar. But I went on their MySpace for some reason, I guess, to listen to music, and it said looking for experienced touring guitarist. And I was like, that's not me, because I played 2 shows in my entire life.
I'm experienced.
Yeah, I got experience.
Yeah. Sick. It counts.
Yeah, but I felt like it's a once in a lifetime chance. And I don't want to say I lied on my resume, but I kind of presented myself as I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, of course. You have to.
Because, yeah, on one hand, I also didn't think they would ever reply to me because I was 16 or 17 years old.
Oh, wow.
So, but they did reply to me and initially declined. They said I'm too young because there was a US tour coming up and I'm not even allowed in the clubs.
Yeah.
But either they really liked my audition or they didn't find anyone else. But I ended up getting the gig and did that for a while. Then I'm trying to sum up my Austrian history more quickly.
No. Bernth, take your time.
I studied guitar. I actually studied jazz after that.
I was going to ask you, why did you, because you went to the Vienna Music Institute, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And you went for jazz guitar and pop guitar?
Yes.
Why did you choose those 2 subjects?
So musically, you can not really choose between a lot of things. You can either do classical or jazz, like those 2 kind of worlds.
Mm-hmm.
And while classical is really interesting technique-wise, of course, and I feel more drawn to that musically, I want to play with a pick and I want to play electric guitar. So classical was not really an option because...
Oh, yeah, because you wanted a electric option.
Exactly. I wanted to do
Okay.
electric
I was like,
guitar.
why is he learning jazz when he just said he didn't want to learn jazz?
Yeah.
I found 2. Okay.
So I didn't become a great jazz guitar player, but I did learn a lot about theory over there, which was very helpful. And right after that 4.5-year period, I got quite lucky and I got a gig, pretty much now the biggest band in Austria, but only famous in Austria.
Yeah, we were talking about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the band name again?
It's called Seiler Und Speer. I would love to hear you pronounce it.
No, I try. I'm not going to try to say that.
Oh, no.
Wait, how do you say it?
Seiler Und Speer.
Silo is Speer?
Yeah, that's pretty good. It works.
I'm Austrian.
I will send it. I will send it to
Austrian.
them.
I'm Austrian now.
Yeah,
Sick.
they will love that. So, I've been with them for 10 years, and now I can't play all the shows anymore because I can't fly back and forth. And I moved here for a reason. So,
Yeah.
but just a couple of weeks ago, we did a stadium headlining show.
That show is
and
massive.
It was pretty fun.
Holy freaking crap, dude.
I posted a YouTube video about it a couple of days ago because I played a very cheap guitar, like the cheapest Amazon guitar at that show, trying to prove a point that you don't need the most expensive gear. So I did that for...
How'd it sound?
It sounded pretty much okay. The only problem that I had is because we only played one song with that guitar and I only used one wireless system. So I just had security locks and I took off the guitar I was playing and switched the wireless on the other guitar. And we didn't test it that much and it had much more output than this one that I'm playing. So I had to kind of, while playing, dial back a little bit and figure out, because I was like, oh, this sounds a bit too hot. Because it was like a song that's
hot.
Just a pop song. And it was kind of like this. It was already distorting a little bit. So that was the only thing. But it worked perfectly fine in the end. And so playing for this band was awesome because we started very small and then we moved further up and up and up. Biggest show was like 127,000 people and it was live on TV as well. And that definitely makes you a better musician because you're like, if I fuck up one note, I will hate myself for the rest of my life with that kind of massive show. So that was great to learn. But since this is an Austrian phenomenon, you end up playing the same venues over and over again. And you can essentially only play like 20 to 30 shows maybe each year. That's already a lot.
20 and 30?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because it's not a big country, so you can't really play the same city every month.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Like the band was a Austrian phenomenon.
Yes, exactly.
And you were a part of it.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was, you did solos for like 3 records, right?
Yeah, is it 4?
Okay.
I think 4 by now. The recent one came out a couple of weeks ago. So that's not my band or project where I'm like the boss or anything. It's more like a pop act. The 2 guys are the stars, and they have a band surrounding them.
Okay.
But the feeling, since we started from the bottom, was always like it's more of a band, because when you look at the live footage, it's also not them in front and the rest of the band like hiding behind a curtain or something. It feels more like a band. But of course, it's not like my idea or my big project or anything like that. I'm just more or less a hired gun.
Ripping.
Yeah, just get paid to play too many notes for pop music.
That's ripping. It's not, dude. It's not a bad gig. I remember you were talking about how far is just to give people perspective of you. How far is the town you grew up in from Vienna?
It's around 40 minutes of a drive, which is very long in Austria. It's nothing here to drive somewhere for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
But in Austria, it was like, oh, this is so far away.
Man, 40 minutes?
Yeah, and Vienna is like this big city, this scary big city. And I'm from this small town. Yeah.
Wow. What was the town called?
It was called Wiener Neustadt. So,
yeah.
You didn't miss anything in case you didn't visit it yet.
Okay.
It's just a small town, really. And one of my memories, as I brought up when we talked earlier, is trying to pick up my first Suicide Silence record, The Cleansing.
Oh, wow.
Because that was not easy in that town. It's not because it's an obscure record or band, but the small shops that you went into only had stuff that's on the radio. They didn't have a metal section or a rock section. So I had to drive all the way to Vienna to pick up that record. And now it's kind of a full circle moment. Now
it's a big,
talk to each other.
Yeah, this is a big full circle moment here, because you grew up in a town where you couldn't even express your ideas.
Yeah, it was.
Right.
Yes, it was. I did find some people to play music with, and had some fun with them, so to say. But I knew early on from the first rehearsals that I want to do this for a living. And I'm sure you're familiar with that when you work with people in a band and you're like, I really want to push this. And everyone's like, don't want to rehearse this week. Just want to have a couple of beers. And so it was always that kind of feeling. So I knew that I had to move to Vienna. That was the first step. And now after 10 years of doing all of my stuff there, I felt like the next logical step is coming here.
How old were you when you moved to Vienna?
I was maybe 24 or something like that.
Oh, wow.
23.
So, okay.
And I stayed there for around 10 years. It was a good time for sure. But building this YouTube channel over the last 5 or 6 years, I could see that like 0.7 or 8% of my audience is from Austria. And it was a bit of a shock for me coming here for the first time, because I didn't even I wasn't sure about moving here. I just wanted to come here and see how it's like.
Yeah.
And I just posted a story, and I got a crazy amount of replies on that. Wow, you're in LA.
That's awesome.
Let's meet. And I was like, wow. So
that's sick.
That never happened to me when I posted like a story. I'm in Vienna.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, good for you.
Okay.
So that was a bit eye-opening, and also like people stopping me on the street, and they're like, I watched the YouTube videos, I love them, and it's so cool. And I have that. When I had that in Vienna, it was mostly from tourists that were visiting.
Yeah.
But not really from people living there. So that was my main reason why I wanted to come here. And
it's just the next logical step.
For me, it is. I also really like it here. So it's not just a career thing.
Of course.
I feel like I always lived here in my head, kind of, because all the music that I listened to growing up, all the movies, all the entertainment, everything I consumed came from here. And I never really listened to any Austrian music or...
Yeah, what were you listening to? Is there any like Austrian, like just Belphegor and that?
Yeah, I think that was the only band that I really liked.
Belphegor and Korn, that's it?
Yeah. I mean, my first big band that I got into was Slipknot. They really hooked me with The whole image of the band, it was very mysterious back then. I got into them in the Iowa phase, shortly before Volume 3, I think.
Okay,
And
so you're listening to Iowa, you're listening to Saint Anger,
yeah,
and then you're going backwards, right?
yes, exactly. So my first Metallica record was Saint Anger,
Fuck yeah, dude.
which is funny because they did exactly. Maybe it was a bit of a calculated effort that worked on me, because I feel like they kind of tried to appeal to the new metal fans, to the kids a little bit, maybe with that record, like tuning down and being a bit more aggressive.
Yeah.
And back then, when I listened to that, I had no idea what a snare drum is,
Oh,
or
yeah.
I didn't know anything. I knew how it made me feel, and it kind of caught me like in this phase of I'm really into Slipknot and Korn and all these bands, and it kind of fit in. But then I went into their back catalog, and that's what made me want to pick up a guitar. So that was the big.
And you were so you're 12, 13, and you took a couple private lessons, right?
Yeah, I did. Actually, it was a bit frustrating because I didn't find anyone that was into metal. So they kind of wanted me to do that kind of stuff, which sounds very wrong with this tone.
That sounded heavy.
Yeah, it's
That sounded really good. Oh fuck. Dude, that's a fucking blues slam, dude.
yeah, I should do that.
That is a fucking Austrian blues slam.
Yeah, maybe that's what we should do actually.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, what did that first couple private lessons even teach you? So probably just like a riff like that, just get your fingers going.
Yeah, I feel like the first thing was power chords. That's very useful. You do need that quite a lot, of course. That was my first revelation, because I didn't even have a guitar back then, because I started kind of multiple hobbies as a kid, and my parents were trying to get me interested in stuff, but I was only interested in video games.
Yeah.
That was my big thing growing up. So when I was like, I want to start playing guitar, they were not excited about, now we have to buy this guy a guitar.
Oh yeah, so we just buy you all these video games.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So they weren't really sure that I would actually go through with that.
Yeah.
But I got hooked pretty fast, and I didn't have a guitar at first, so the private teacher gave me one of his guitars, and I
sick.
remember just going, not knowing what I was doing. I was just like only fretting like single notes or something.
Yeah.
And that was like big moment once you discover the power chord.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
This is heavy.
That's it. That's what I want to do. That was pretty cool. But in terms of rock, I used to bring him stuff that had all these crazy guitar solos in there, because I was drawn to that quite quickly. And he was like, I have no idea what these guys are doing. So I felt like, okay, I can't really learn from you. Then I went to like a public music school, and they wanted me to play blues again.
And then we're back.
And then we're back at
Yeah.
the same thing. So I kind of realized I have to study this thing by myself, like these techniques and all of that.
Oh yeah.
And the first thing I did is, because I got into Metallica, into the 80s stuff, is I printed out all of the records, like the tabs. I made these big folders that had the full record in tabs, like from 911 tabs or Ultimate Guitar or something.
Yeah.
And that was just
911 tabs. I was
you
on
remember?
there. Oh, of course, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, 911 tabs. I
So
remember that.
My biggest goal was just getting this to work. Riffs like this, or one that's not that popular. Stuff like this.
I gotta learn that riff.
It's pretty great.
It's so heavy.
Yeah, it's pretty
Timeless.
Pretty great, yeah. So that really got me motivated. Just trying to figure out the numbers and where they go on the neck, and playing along to the records. That got me into technique. And it was a pretty long journey, because at the conservatory where I studied jazz, I did mention I learned a lot about theory, like seventh chords and even chord reharmonization, jazz pieces, playing.
What?
Like
A quad?
like one of the tests that you had to do on a regular basis was about reharmonizing jazz tunes. So you would just get the lead sheet with the chords,
Yeah.
and you would have to think about replacing or altering the chord changes. So not just picking any random chords instead of the chords that are on there, but explaining why that would actually work in a theoretical context. So yeah, it's exactly as fun as it sounds.
Yeah. Wow.
So you would be like, well, instead of this dominant seventh chord, I could actually play a diminished chord instead, because if you extend it on top of here, those are actually the same notes, and there's only one note that's added on here. That's adding a little bit of dissonance on there. It's this weird stuff. So I had to do a lot of that, and it did help me quite a lot. But they never talked about technique.
Really?
That's the thing. Never. I had one.
Are you serious?
Yes. I had one teacher there much, much later, when I was in the third year already, I think, who told me for the very first time, hey, the way you're holding the pick is kind of weird. You might want to adjust it. Because up until this point, I was playing with an open hand, which is okay. A lot of great players do that. But I was also playing with a reverse picking angle. So the pick was not facing the strings like this. It was actually backwards like this, and the hand was open like that. So it looked something like that. And it worked for some jugging stuff and the occasional scale.
Yeah.
But I hit a speed plateau with that technique.
Yeah, once you hit a plateau, you're like, oh, now what?
Exactly. And there was no way. I was practicing very hard back then already, but I felt like I'm not really making any progress, and I don't know why. Because when all you look at is yourself from this angle, staring down at the guitar, it's kind of hard to be like, now I see it. I have to hold my pick.
Yeah, someone kind of has to tell you sometimes.
Exactly.
How old were you when you went into the Music Institute?
I think it was in my early 20s, around 23 or something like that.
23.
Or 22, something like that, I think. It was pretty much after, not right after, but after the touring that I did with Belphegor, where I just hit that point of, okay, I can't really keep doing this.
Is that where you got that strap?
No, that's actually a pretty new one. That's pretty funny. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, it's the first time I've ever seen someone put a snake on a strap.
It's pretty cool. That's a Richter strap, and they sent it to me when I moved to LA. I partnered up with some different companies because I started out from scratch here. I didn't really bring anything.
Oh, wow.
And I wanted to get into making music and making videos pretty much right away. So they helped me out, and this is one of the companies that sent me two of these really cool straps. They are quite dangerous, so poke my eyes out, but they look pretty cool.
Did you tell them to put in the snake?
No, I think that's one of their models that you can get.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, damn! So anyone can just get a fucking snaky strap, dude?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, it helps you. Helps you play with more picking attack.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. That's
good for metal.
That's some hidden confidence.
Yeah.
What was it like touring with Belphegor? Because they seem very serious.
Yeah, it was.
I saw a freaking. I think it was one of your videos. It was actually one of your videos. There was like a woman dancing. She was naked, and she had a fucking upside down cross taped to her belly.
Yeah.
And was covering her freaking private area.
It was not my idea.
Oh.
So I was.
And there's a lot of pyro.
Yeah, I was very young. I think in this clip I was probably 18 or something.
This is it? Oh yeah.
That's me.
Thanks, Jay.
We both had the same windmilling technique.
She was scary, dude.
I watched some videos, some Suicide Silence videos yesterday. So I was prepared, and you also.
I gotta prepare for this podcast. I got a fucking windmill, dude.
Yeah, I think we both destroyed our necks probably.
Yeah,
doing
I'm pretty.
That stuff. But it was interesting because I was obviously the young guy, the really young guy that shouldn't really be here.
Yeah, this chick. Oh my.
Yeah.
I was just watching this like casual. I'm like, oh, okay, I want to see him play with this band. And then once I saw like this woman come out, fucking naked, with freaking tape on her freaking tapey puss, dude.
That's pretty interesting.
Upside down cross, man, is where it got me. I was like, wow.
Yeah, I mean, with a lot of bands like this, there are a lot of theatrics, of course, because that's what people want to see.
Totally. And where was the show?
This was the Partisan Festival in Germany.
Okay.
Fucking
scary, dude.
I don't know if you ever played it. It's not like a huge festival, but it's pretty cool because there are only, I guess, more extreme bands over there. So this is where a band like this, I think we had the co-headlining slot, and after us, I think Morbid Angel played.
Oh wow, that's dope.
I think.
Is this it? Fucking
So who Party San, yeah.
Metal Open Pit. That's a good selling point.
Oh yeah. So who do they have this time? Yeah, this is the other Austrian band.
Who?
Kiri for the Sky. This is the only other, I guess, internationally successful Austrian band. I have played on one of their records a bit of acoustic guitar stuff. This is an interesting one as well.
Is Askober from Austria?
I have no idea.
Okay.
But we have to look into that probably.
I was just curious.
Oh, but Bloodbath, for example, that's awesome. I like Bloodbath.
Yeah, it looks scary because it was like a nighttime slot. So I assume, yeah, I mean, and was that one of your like your first time?
That was, I think, my first kind of bigger festival, and my first like multicam recordings. Where like after the show you get professional video. Yeah. Oh, okay, I looked cool.
Oh shit, fucking headbanging, dude.
Yeah, but they were nice to me for sure. There was, of course, this element of, okay, I know I'm very young, and you're letting me know I'm very young.
Sure.
that kind of thing. But they were respectful because they saw that I took it very seriously. So I practiced the songs a lot. And it wasn't just like I just want to party and go on tour.
Yeah.
It's like I want to play these songs to the best of my abilities because this is what I want to do with my life. And I remember that the drummer always had to warm up because they're like 260 BPM blast beats non-stop.
Yeah.
So before rehearsals, he had to warm up, and I always kind of joined him and did like sweep picking arpeggios over the blast beats, and we were both warming up.
Oh crap!
And
what were some of those riffs?
There was a lot of tremolo picking stuff, so it was good for the right hand for sure. And there was a lot of stuff like the classic, more black metal kind of stuff, where you have tremolo picking over more than one string, which is quite interesting. I guess the biggest cliche is this kind of chord progression.
Yeah, what's a Bernth? What's a fucking black metal chord, dude?
It's basically just a minor chord, like if you're in standard tuning, if you're exactly, yeah, that's the one. And then you just move it down one half step. Yeah.
Do you also bar the high E? Or no?
Yeah, you can for sure. And if you want, they had more of a, I guess, death metal sound in there as well. I think they called it blackened death metal. So they had also.
Oh yeah.
And the tricky stuff with that is that it's pretty fast, and there's some players, like if there's a triplet blast beat or something, they just do the campfire chord approach.
Oh yeah.
But for me, it always sounded much cooler. So I actually do some solid
kind of
tremolo
dude, yeah, you
that.
got that smooth wrist action, dude.
So this is nice.
Dude, I'm in Belphegor, dude. That's sick.
This sounds pretty great because nice. Because I feel like this is the way to do stuff. Like, it doesn't have to be black metal. It just can be any kind of just playing. Oh wow! Just any clean chords and stuff like this. That's the only moment where I disconnect from the bridge, because I feel like for the shredding stuff, I'm the most in control when my palm is resting on the bridge and my hand is not floating around, because that way I can also switch between open and closed notes. So I started this run with palm muted notes, and then went into some open notes at the end. Something I like to do, to just go back and forth between that. So in order to do that, I have to have my palm on the bridge. But for those kind of faster strumming patterns, it starts to feel really weird when you're on the bridge like this and you try to strum across all the strings like that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where my wrist pops out like this. And I'm still touching the guitar so that I'm not completely disconnected. So I'm still touching it. Yeah.
Is that it?
That feels.
I'm fucking black metal, dude.
You are.
Fuck everybody.
For sure.
Okay.
So that's I guess one of the best ways to do kind of tremolo picking across multiple strings. To not do anything like this or like that.
Yeah.
But to just have the wrist pop out. You're nailing all of this, man. It's great.
How's my wrist? It's
great.
So is it more like that or is it more like level? Is it like...
I think the most important thing is that you don't feel like you get stuck in between the strings and that it feels awkward. Because if you angle it too much, you might feel like... So this looks really good to me. Of course, there's the age-old debate with any guitar playing if you should close your hand or keep it open.
Yeah, so there's two kinds of players.
Yes.
Two kinds of guitar players. Some have the open hand, which is me. I'm fucking sick. And or you have like the closed hand.
Yes.
Right.
Exactly.
And you're more of the closed hand.
I'm the closed hand guy.
Dude, I tried to play at that. I'm like, I can't like. See, I just lose it.
For sure.
I lose it.
I mean, if you ever want to get into that, for me, it was not a seamless transition because I also started out with the open hand approach.
Okay.
The reason why I wanted to change it is because I was sometimes kind of touching the knobs or like the pickup switch even when I was playing like this. And I felt like in my case, there's just a lot of additional weight, like with the fingers flopping around like this. So even if it looks weird without playing guitar, I was just sitting like this and was doing that. I know, it's very suggestive.
It looks very smooth, and it looks like you've done it a few times.
Yeah. So when I go like this, I can feel like my fingers flopping around a little bit. When I close my hand like that, it feels a bit more ergonomic. So that's the first thing that made me go, maybe I should give this a try. And I feel like the one thing that's making the transition a little bit difficult for people who give this a try is that you tend to really clench your fist when you give it a try for the first time.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, I'm going to try closing my hand. And then you're like making a fist like this.
It's like you're about to get into a fight.
Yes. That's not what you want. So I literally just close it like this and there's no kind of pressure. I'm not curling my fingers like this and just putting a lot of force on that movement. I'm really just closing it like that. And the next thing that puts off a lot of players is that they feel like they're rubbing against the strings when they close the hand with the knuckles, which results in a lot of string noise. We'll try to demonstrate. So that kind of worked, but you had a little bit of noise in there. Didn't sound properly clean. And it was mostly because I shouldn't do that with the fresh tattoo.
Oh, yeah.
It hurts a bit. But I was rubbing against the strings quite a lot, and I also started bleeding at one point on one of my fingers because I wasn't paying attention. I was just trying to push the speed.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing that I learned. If you lift your wrist a little bit like this, when you're playing those faster alternate picking runs, like if you do something like and you focus on not touching the strings with anything but your guitar pick, that also helps a bit with making it more comfortable.
Okay.
But it's a transition that also took me it's not like you instantly go like, that's much better. So it takes months.
Months, okay.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I'm not getting it right now. What the hell?
Yeah,
what the hell?
It's not for me.
What the hell? So it seems like right when you started playing, you already had it in your mind that you wanted to commit your life to playing guitar and music.
For sure.
This was 12. You knew exactly what you wanted. You want to get out of your country, go travel and play.
Yes. That was, growing up listening to all these bands and watching all the iconic live videos that we all know, like the Korn performance at, I think, Woodstock, where you have everyone's jumping.
Yeah.
And it's just the coolest thing
Coolest
ever.
thing ever.
Still
to this day, I still watch him like, wow.
Yes.
Get fucking goosebumps. And
that's the one. It's impossible as a kid that's into music. And
you're like, what the it's so heavy too. I wonder how it sounded there being there. Wow, this is a fucking way. It's the ocean.
Yeah.
This is the ocean of new metal.
That's so cool. I mean, watching
Fuck.
this as a kid, and also how they are performing, and there's so much energy.
I know even still, like, it's like, fuck, you
Me
just feel
too.
it still years later.
Oh yeah. So watching that made it relatively clear that this is what I want to do, and I feel like it's like this for a lot of people, but most people never do it because there's not a traditional career ladder that you can climb.
Sure.
Where like I apply for this
Yeah,
job,
you
I get
can't,
my
yeah.
degree, and then
Yeah.
so there's no clear path there.
There's no clear path at all.
Yes.
No.
And I feel like maybe you've asked this question to all of your guests so far, how they got to this point.
Yeah.
And I feel like the stories are probably completely different.
They're all different.
Yes.
It's
Because you can work really hard, but you can't really plan where you end up. But if you know that this is what you want to do, I feel like if your brain can't physically stop thinking about it 24/7, you will find a way. And I would encourage everyone to give it a try, because it's just like switching. It's my analogy, just like switching from open to closed hand is not an instant transition. It's also not like you get the call, you have the big gig, and then you're doing this.
yeah.
That's not how it works. So it's gonna be a very, very, very long journey, and most
A
people
journey
give up.
that you're still on.
I'm at the start, to be honest.
Yeah,
So I don't feel like I did anything super great so far. I did some things that I'm kind of proud of, but I have much bigger goals, and I don't think that will stop at any point, because that would be the worst ever if you're like, okay, I did it.
Yeah.
But there's always what's next, what's the next thing. So moving here, I'm just excited to see what. I mean, I'm definitely open when it comes to joining an act. I feel like drummers are getting swapped more often, or quit more often. There are a lot of guitar players out there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They also have to be in the world of that band a little bit most of the time. It's not like they're hosting an open audition.
Yeah.
Mostly it's the guitar tech, or
Yeah, you just hear about it and then you're kind of in.
yeah. So that's exciting for me. But also when it comes to technique and just playing the guitar itself, because the more I practice, the more I realize what I can still improve. It's one of those things, the more you know,
The more you don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Same way.
Yeah.
Same way.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm getting kind of tripped out just like looking at you, because sometimes I get like, oh yeah, they're from like a different country and they're here. You're here because of that.
Yes, for sure.
What a trip, dude.
I also wouldn't have gotten my green card without all that, because that was literally my case that I had to make, with like a 900-page document at the end of why, like it's called EB1, I think. Yeah, it's an EB1 visa.
EB1, okay.
For extraordinary abilities, where you kind of have to prove why you're important for the US, why they should bring you in.
Yeah.
So I had to kind of make a point, and David Hasselhoff wrote a letter of recommendation for me.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking sick.
That was pretty fun, because we made this one metal track.
Oh, what a cool guy.
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
How'd you ask him?
I think via email. We got in touch with him, and he still remembered that we did a song together, even though it was 2020, 2021, something like that, I think. And that was great. Adam Jones of Tool also agreed to write one, but we couldn't make it happen, because we were just writing like SMS.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was trying to send him stuff via email, and I didn't have his email. So I just sent it via SMS, and then I was thinking, how is he supposed to print that like straight from his...
Oh, sure.
So it kind of got lost a little bit, but he was also willing to help out, which is very nice.
That's cool, man.
So I had some people that helped me, and I think it got approved like one day after or something.
Wow.
Which was great. And I got a green card right away, so I can become a citizen, I guess, in 5 years if I pass the test. The only thing for me is I might lose my Austrian citizenship, because they don't allow dual citizenships, I think.
Really?
I have to look more into that. Don't want to spread any rumors, but
yeah.
that's what I heard.
Yeah, you need to do some research on that one.
Yeah. But...
Well, it looks like you're stuck here.
I love it here. I mean, I had my first show here pretty much a couple of weeks after moving It was in New York, at Carnegie Hall, which was kind of cool. That's where I
Whoa.
always wanted to play. They have two venues. We did the smaller one, the Senkel Hall at Carnegie Hall,
Mm-hmm.
and it was with strings, with this bass player, with Charles Baer too.
Mm-hmm.
And it was my first US show, and people got a bit emotional because they were like, "Oh, you're finally playing here," and I got to see the first show, and it was also a big moment for me.
Yeah.
I did play here with Belphegor in the past, but it's not like my music
It's
or
you.
something.
It's you, man.
That was really cool. So
Huge.
we are already in touch with an agency here. I already have managers helping me out, and we're trying to put together something for next year already. We will have, I think, one show in LA just to
Mm-hmm.
test it and give it a try,
Sure.
and then hopefully a full US tour. And in October, we're coming to China, South Korea, and Australia. Maybe we could add some links below. Or
Of course,
something.
yeah.
That would be very nice because it's my first time over there, and I'm quite excited.
Congratulations, man.
I mean, you also going to very soon, so
Yeah.
to you as well. I mean, you started way before me and built this band over so many years. So this is something I really admire for sure, because that's your thing. It's not
Yeah.
didn't get hired and like play these parts, show up at 8, leave at 11, and
True. I forget. Started in my room, sitting on dinosaur blankets.
oh,
Just-
nice.
Yeah, just thinking and watching TV. It's crazy. Being a child. Yeah. Like what, 14 or something. It's weird.
I think it's
It's still going. Yeah, to the starting point.
yes.
It's crazy. I went on your YouTube channel. I was like, wow, his first video was
Oh no, it's really bad.
it was 14 years ago.
Yeah,
What made you post that first video?
I felt I was still in this band at this time. You can see Belphegor session because I was just a session musician,
Yeah.
and the other thing was my own band that
Yeah.
never really went anywhere. You can see the sock I have on the guitar.
I was wondering, is that's a sock?
Yeah, that's very important for. I didn't have
No excuses, man.
Oh yeah,
No excuses.
no shame also.
Yeah, it's true.
So I put that one out because I felt like I wanted to do this for a living, and websites didn't really work that well anymore. Where you're like, hey, check out my website,
Mm-hmm.
and YouTube was becoming like a digital kind of card you could give to, like a business card almost, where you're
Yeah.
like, hey, you check out me playing,
Yeah.
and you put up a cool video, or you try to look cool
Mm-hmm.
at least. So that was the first video I ever did. Of course, it went nowhere. It had like 20 views or something.
How old are you here?
Was it? I would have to do math, and I'm very bad at that. It was like 14 years ago, and I'm about to be 34. So
24, 20?
20, I would say. Yeah. I'm glad you said it first, in case it's wrong.
20. Well, I'm wrong here all the time.
No.
It's fine.
So
wow, 20, and you just decided, okay, I'm just gonna put this. Yep, there we go. June 8th, 2011, 17,000 views.
I mean, now it got
Now,
a
yeah.
bit more views because people get curious what the first video is, I guess. And the fun thing about is, I'm from the future. I'm here to tell you will be famous after 9 years. Okay.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's
very famous.
I'm
But-
proud of you, man. It's cool.
But
It's really cool.
I started posting there and it went nowhere. So I always had this phase of I post something, I get 20 views. I'm like, I put so much work into this. No one's
Yeah.
watching.
Yeah.
So I stopped. And then 2 years later, I still had it in the back of my head all the time because I was checking out musicians on YouTube. And I wanted to be one of those people who actually entertains an audience in the best case, or
Mhm.
just helps people or whatever. So I always had phases of posting 2 videos, posting nothing for 1 year, posting
yeah.
3 videos, posting nothing for 2 years,
Yeah.
until 5 or 6 years ago, I started to, I think you're about to get to that point. Yes. So that's kind of slowly the point where I was like, maybe I should try to do something every week and not just once and then nothing for a year.
Yeah.
So that's when I very, very, very slowly started to build some kind of momentum with the videos. And the cool thing about that was I was actually making these videos about exercises I was doing myself, because my main goal at this phase was just improving my technique, because I never, as I mentioned earlier, no one ever told me how to hold a pick or how to actually build some speed and how to synchronize the hands and all of that. So I used that as a journey for myself to try to find exercises to correct my bad habits, like keeping the fretting hand fingers very close to the neck and syncing up the picking with the fretting hand notes and all of that.
You were making your own techniques to fix your own habits.
Yeah.
Wow.
I always tend to make my own exercises because I feel like it's very helpful to pick up exercises from someone. But I used to buy books where it was like, okay, play this exercise.
Yeah.
And I didn't know why. So it was like, yeah, just play it because it's good.
Sure.
But I had very specific problems that I wanted to fix. For example, the pinky finger always bending away from the fretboard. So I needed to kind of come up with exercises or just watch my technique up close and try to identify when is that actually happening and how do I get my fingers to stay closer to the neck. So I just kind of made up exercises based around what I was really struggling with. And I just, instead of keeping that to myself, I just put them out every single week. I was like, hey, this is what I'm working on right now. I feel like it's really helping me. Maybe it helps you as well. So that's kind of how the YouTube stuff started.
Wow.
Which
You found, it's crazy how you found some answers within yourself with your technique.
Yeah, I mean, it's
crazy. And then you would just share it.
Definitely.
Wow.
Because I know how frustrating it is. I don't think
I'm still frustrated.
Oh yeah, for sure. It
I'm
never
still
ends.
fucking...
It never ends. Like
No.
you always feel like you're doing very well and you're recording something and you're just ripping through scales and it sounds good, and then you watch the video and you're like, okay, I did the pinky thing again. Because in your head,
I got the worst. My biggest weakness on my playing, people will say, Garza, you just suck in general.
No.
My pinky, one is weak, but I do that. I saw a video you did of like, no, but that's me. My pinky is just like, it's like I have a competition. How far out can I put my pinky? It's like way out here when I'm playing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm that guy.
It does tend to do that quite a lot. I mean, there's one classic exercise.
Classic.
I feel like...
Yep, that's me.
Yes, stop it!
You fucking took a picture of my pinky and you put it on that thumbnail.
Stop it now!
I can't.
The one that everyone does is in the chromatic or semi-chromatic scale, just from the 5th to the 8th fret, where you do something like this. Exactly. And then the next note on the next string. So this is something...
See?
Exactly.
But that's literally how I play it.
For sure. If you would want to fix that, because it always depends on how deep you want to go into that. The one thing that helped me out a lot is actually doing this correctly, because some people just do these chromatic drills, just playing note after note. But what you're actually training right here is developing that kind of curl with your fingers, because it's also not great, especially for legato, if your fingers are just touching the fretboard like this, or maybe even bending that.
Yeah.
For control, you want that nice kind of curl, so that you don't block the strings also. So what really helps is doing this exercise like this, where you actually keep...
Oh, you keep them all on there? Oh. Fuck.
It's hard. Yes. Perfect.
Oh.
Nice. That's exactly what you want.
But you want to keep these fingers still on there too,
yes.
Right? Oh.
Perfect.
That's hard.
It is.
So it's the same thing, but it's not at the same.
Exactly. Perfect.
Oh, I'm fucking shredding, dude.
Yes.
Shit.
And the weird sound that you get at the end is exactly what you want. Those two notes overlapping, because it means that your pinky is nicely curled. If it would not be curled like this, it would actually block that string. So you would... You would not hear that note. So that's a nice way of like checking and controlling that you're actually developing that curl with your fingers as well. Yes, perfect. Nice. Now you
I-
were lifting the middle finger. You see, you want to do that for some reason. I don't know why.
I'm trying to flip you off.
Yeah. All intentional. It's so hard.
Wow. Wow, dude. In theory it should be easy, but not.
It's not.
Keeping your fingers there.
Everyone that's watching right now, if you think this is super easy, just give it a try. It's actually, yeah. Nice, you got it sounding great already.
Okay.
Perfect. Very nice. Also with the alternate picking, just to sync up every single note. I feel like that's not the most musical exercise, of course.
Mm-hmm.
If you do that for half an hour, you will
Yeah.
not like what you're hearing. You always hear those overlapping notes all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a really effective one to keep the fingers close to the neck. And I just try to find exercises like this one that are not just exercises because exercises, but just workouts that fix a very specific problem that I'm having. There are also a lot of picking work. I could show you 378 of them, but we don't have that much
I need
time.
every tool
I know.
that I can get.
Yeah.
Thank you for that free lesson, man. I'm gonna try that.
I don't want to call it a lesson, like I'm coming here and like learn this. I just really like talking about that stuff.
No, it's cool. It's gonna help me. And then do you stay on this string or do you go up? Like,
So when you would actually play the full scale, and one thing you would want to pay attention to is that you don't anchor too hard with your fingers, because when most people do this for the first time, in order to stay on the frets, they push down really hard.
yeah.
But you can actually just gently touch the strings. My guitar also doesn't have the lowest action of all time. It's actually factory setting. I didn't lower it. But I can still just press very lightly and I get the note to sound really nice. And I don't bend it out of pitch. So that's the first thing. To actually stay quite relaxed and to have the fingers on there, but like not anchoring super hard. And when you would... Yeah. It's always the middle finger. Why is it always the...
That's a thumbnail.
Yeah, it is the thumbnail. Nice.
So you're just going like super gently.
Yes.
On your fingers.
Yes. That's. It depends on what you want to do with the instrument. It's always nice to have some picking attack, and especially live, it doesn't look that cool if you're just trying to relax your whole body as much as possible.
Yeah.
But if the goal is to build speed at one point, it always just helps to have the fingers close to the neck, and it's much easier and much cleaner compared to when you're like going super hard. So it's much easier to build speed and to stay in control of what you're playing, of all the notes in the best case, if the fingers are very relaxed and close to the neck. So if you would keep going with this exercise, you would play to the next problem point, which is not just the first transition, but you would. So if you continue to the next notes, you still keep the other fingers on there.
It's so getting crazy.
It always looks like this.
Oh, it's kind of like a walking spider.
Yes, it's called the spider exercise. Often.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Nice.
Oh.
So you can do it in both directions. And I always someone told me practice this exercise, and I only got the tab, so I was always just doing note by note. But I found that this is much more effective when it comes to keeping the fingers close to the neck. Just always moving the one finger that you need for the next note, and keeping the others on there. That's pretty cool.
It's like a really chill spider.
Yeah.
It's just chill spider. It's just like, okay.
It's definitely not a speed exercise or anything. It's actually really good to do it slow. Nice. Perfect.
Oh, fuck. I see where it's getting crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that got way harder.
This part is... Yes, exactly.
Okay.
That's the worst, because these two fingers often feel like they're kind of glued together and they're not moving independently.
Yeah, you gotta like really separate them.
Yes. that's a great exercise for that.
That's fucked up. Thank you for that, man. That's cool.
I hope it helps.
Oh, I got something new to practice.
Cool.
Any new fucking tool, any new tool for my toolbox.
Nice.
Okay, so you and me did something similar. Okay, so you just started trying to do like weekly videos, right?
Mm-hmm.
And was it that what really opened up your eyes? Because you're also doing this and you're also touring at the same time. But then COVID happened. And then did that teach you, oh, wait, I can't rely on money from touring. I kind of I need to have some foresight. Is that correct?
100%.
Okay.
I think it was very similar for everyone, where, I mean, touring is already an unstable income, especially if you're a session guitarist or a hired gun and you don't have full control over the band.
Mm-hmm.
They could decide to work with a different guy anytime, even if you didn't do anything wrong. They're just like, it was great, but we want to try something different.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that happened to a lot of people that are great musicians and that didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
So it's already not the safest way of earning a living. So I always felt like I should have multiple streams of income so that I'm also not forced to, if I do this with my own music and I'm the boss, there are also some people who do that and that play like 200, 250 shows a year, which is also not what I want because I always need to do something different.
Yeah.
But as you said, that COVID phase where you couldn't even think about going on tour or doing anything in that space, that's also where I went much, much deeper on the channel, where I made like 2 videos a week, I think. And I never had a standout video that took off completely.
Mm-hmm.
It always felt like a steady kind of improvement.
Nice.
So that definitely changed everything. Just this approach of don't just do one thing and expect it to take off magically. And then you're like, this doesn't work. YouTube is not for me.
Yeah.
Just give it a couple of months and you will see. It doesn't feel crazy at first, but if you have a video that has 100 views and then one that has 200 views, that's actually a huge jump.
It's a big jump.
That's like twice the views.
Yeah.
So just trying to appreciate those starting, like at the start, I feel like you always want, 100,000 views right away or a couple million views right away. But once you appreciate like the small growth, and I promise if you look back, like we just did 13 years back or something, you're happy that your first video didn't take off because it's pretty bad with the sock and everything.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it could be a thumbnail. Like, don't do this. It's a big fucking fat sock.
Don't be that guy.
See, man, dude, I got thumbnail ideas.
Yes.
Dude, that's a fat sock.
That's another part of our job that we talked about here and there.
I'm learning, dude. Thumbnails are massive.
It is.
So you learned. So you kind of saw the importance of, wait, this is like the biggest platform on the planet. I should put some energy into this.
Definitely.
And learn like the ins and outs.
For sure. I kind of got my start on Instagram a bit because it's much easier to make videos there because the whole thumbnail and title concept doesn't matter.
Sure.
If the video is good and people watch it for a decent amount of time, you got some chances over there and don't have to think about psychologically how might I get someone to click on that. Really.
Yeah.
So I had some videos that did pretty well over there, but you don't really form a connection with people that much through short form content. So you're just like scrolling for the videos and you see a guy that you like and then you see him again and again. This is cool.
That's cool.
And after a couple of weeks, you might not see that person anymore.
Say, I'll follow them.
Yeah, right. Then you follow, and we also discussed followers and subscribers don't really mean anything anymore. So
it's hard to explain that to people because I've learned throughout this journey you learn, oh wait, subscribers don't even matter. It's just perception. So I want the subscriber count only because I know, whatever, like an agency or a manager will look at the subscriber count. Oh wait, this is a big channel. When we know it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't do much. It is good to have it for sure because I guess the algorithm has at least a subscriber base to initially test the video on.
Yeah.
But it's not like it gets shown to all of my subscribers and it has like 1.4
I
million
know
views.
it's weird. Yeah.
The only thing it does that helps is that YouTube has at least some kind of audience to show the video to first
Yeah.
before it opens it up to more people. But if you look at a couple of channels, you have some people killing it with 50,000 subscribers
Yeah, man.
compared to channels with 10 million or something.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the exciting thing about that you don't need that anymore. Because as nice as it was for the big people out there, when subscribers really mattered, I feel like right now it's more of a level playing field for people.
Yeah.
And you see someone getting 100,000 views that has like 10 subscribers or 15.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I do like that about it. But it also means that you have to be much more competitive and actually understand how all of this really works.
Yeah, dude, it's an ongoing thought process for me because I mean, I was one of those guys, like just a average like musician, doing the band. Oh, I don't want to do social media. I don't want to do marketing. YouTube. It's a very like unfortunately it's extremely that's how your average person in the band thinks. I was one of them. And as this thing has gone on, I'm like, I find it totally fucking crazy how people in bands don't understand how the biggest platform on the planet works. No one really knows. No managers, agencies. There's maybe a few people in bands of music that have channels. Like I'm still in shock how this YouTube seems to be like this big loophole where it's like they want to play music, but no one seems to understand you have the biggest platform and no one wants to post on it. Well, and yeah, I also learned, because this is fucking hard.
It is.
This is so fucking hard.
Yeah.
It's way harder than this was way harder than starting a band. Like I can't even compare. It's way harder. So I do understand why people aren't doing it, but it still doesn't take away the shock that people aren't paying more attention to the biggest platform on the planet. And then when you put out a song, people get frustrated that people aren't hearing it. It's like it's a different time, man. From now to I guess back in my day, like 2005, the competition was still very small. Now you're competing with everybody, and either you accept it or you don't. I'm just in shock how people just aren't looking at YouTube and try at least try and do your best to understand it. And then when you try to explain to other people that aren't in this world like the YouTube, and you try to explain it to them, it's just such a massive disconnect. It's like, wow, you just don't. This is no understanding, nothing. And I'm just like, fuck. But I don't get upset because I was that guy. I was that person too. I was that guy too. I was just a normal musician that just expected everyone else to do the work for me. Well, if I do a great song, then the rest of the work can happen. But it's a very old school, like outdated model.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the frustration completely because it is frustrating when you put, especially with a long form YouTube video that you put a lot of work into.
Yeah.
I have some videos where we spent weeks on just trying to get it to work and make it the best we possibly can, and then the video doesn't do well. Doesn't really inspire you to keep going that much because it feels wrong. But it's also kind of what we as artists asked for all this time, to be in power of our own stuff and not.
Dude, you literally put it. You put the words. Okay, way better than I did. Literally, you're right. You're right.
I feel like because coming from Austria, maybe I have a different kind of background on that as well, where I always felt like I'm in this random country. How am I supposed to, quote unquote, make it as a metal guitar player here? No one listens to metal.
Yeah.
There's no scene.
Yeah.
I can't just randomly move. Of course, I wanted to move already when I was like 14 or 15 years old. I already saw myself here. But
wow,
it doesn't work that way. I actually met some people who did it that way, and I admired it a lot. Like not building anything, just coming here and then you start.
Oh shit!
Try to. I mean,
sure. That's the way to do it too.
That's pretty tough. So for me, the whole online thing is where I saw that opportunity for me to, even though I'm not exactly based in the center of the world, I can still build something there and at least have something where people know me from.
Yeah.
And it results in some awesome things quite often. And as you said, I feel artists most of the time, especially I know a lot of touring musicians from that world because I've been part of that world for such a long time, longer than I'm doing YouTube and all of that. And I know a lot of YouTubers that are really just doing that stuff and they hate each other. That's the interesting thing. So yeah, for the touring musicians, oh, you're a YouTuber, that sucks. Just sitting at home, shit talking Metallica, and you've never been on a stage before. And for the YouTubers, it's always, these professional musicians, who do they think they are? They all have this big ego and they're all idiots. And
that's funny. I never thought about it that way.
That's pretty funny because I'm right in the middle. I do both of the stuff, and those people tend to complain on both sides, and I'm just like,
stop complaining, you freaking pussies.
I don't know. We're all just trying our best and just working very hard. It's very hard to go on tour.
Yeah.
It's very hard to make content. So I feel like it does help bands quite a lot. I think most of them are just a bit scared of coming across as a YouTuber all of a sudden.
Sure.
Where they're like, I'm this cool guy on stage. I'm a little bit mysterious. I don't want people to know everything about me. And that's kind of what makes this band so cool.
Yeah.
And then I have to make videos where I'm like, this is my morning routine. Yeah. Kind of debunking all the mystery and become too approachable. So maybe that's where some of that comes from. But also, as you said, it's just a platform that's not that easy to understand. And especially as a band, if you drop like $30,000 on a music video and then no one clicks on it, that sucks.
I know, dude. I can't even imagine. Yeah, again, I guess like the model now is if you're playing music or any kind of art, like, okay, you have your song. You're posting once on YouTube, maybe once a year, maybe more like once every 2 years. For us, that's like, what the fuck you doing?
Yeah,
that's fucking crazy. If it flops, you're fucked. Like
exactly.
It was like, oh my goodness. But there's no momentum. And I think from the touring aspect of it, I think if I was to put a word on it, gun to my head, I say it would be laziness.
Okay.
Musicians are inherently just lazy. That kind of comes with the territory. Like you want to play music to not do this. So it's you play music to not be involved with the business, to not be, But so I would put a word to it. I think it's lazy. Because I was that person too, just fucking lazy. I was lazy as fuck. Just lazy.
Yeah, anything that's very consistent and feels like a job is often a bit off-putting for people.
Yeah.
But once you get into it, and for me it was the big realization because I've worked really weird jobs in Vienna when I was trying to kind of make it with my guitar playing and all of that.
What was your first job?
I did a lot of call center stuff.
Oh, you had the worst job ever.
It depends. It was pretty bad. So for the first one, it was also a bit sketchy, kind of, because I thought I signed up for a good thing because I was working for non-profits and I was calling the donors, and that's what the job description said. And I was like, hey, it sounds awesome if I can help out in that way.
Yeah.
But what my job actually was is trying to get them to say their bank information, so that they can take money monthly or quarterly out of their accounts, which is understandable from the side of the nonprofits as well, because they want to plan with the budget. But there were a lot of people that were aiming for the commissions. Like the more customers you get, the better you do. And they were mostly talking like to elderly people. And they were like, "Come, get your debit card now. I need to." I was like,
oh shit!
What is this? What am I doing here? So that was a pretty strange job, and I did not do very well because I just always asked people. They said no, and I was like, okay, that's fine, because I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
It's like, but think of the animals. Are you that heartless?
Yes.
Give me your bank information. So that was a rough one that I did very poorly at. And then I switched to a bank.
Yeah.
Where I was also in a call center calling customers, where I felt like that's more professional. But it also wasn't, because the job was just getting the customers into the bank without any reason, like making them think there's something wrong with their account or something, kind of, or there's some new account and they will save a lot of money.
Yeah.
And then they book an appointment with you. That's your job. And then they show up and there's nothing happening. It's just the people there need to sell something. And the job of the call center is to get people into the bank so that the guy there can sell something. So there was kind of made up these white lies kind of about new products, or you have to come, it's very important. And then they come and the guy's just like, don't you want a new car? Just trying to sell them something.
Yeah.
So I did that for 5 or 6 years, I think. And I made like $600 or $700 a month. My tuition fee at the Vienna Music Institute was $300 a month, and the apartment was $300 a month.
Oh, so you were broke?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was completely broke for not that long ago. Yeah.
Wow. Dude.
Kind of came from nothing, and gave some guitar lessons here and there, maybe on the side, and played some gigs with some smaller bands where just like make $50 or $100 or something. So I could buy groceries and all that. But really, I feel it was very important for me to go through these 4 or 5 years where I did that, because it makes you appreciate all the stuff that I have now much, much more, because there were some people studying at the conservatory with me where the parents paid for all of that. They paid for the apartment, for the tuition fee, and gave them some extra money to go out and party. And those were not the people that finished first.
Wow.
They were always like, didn't make it. I need another semester to do all the courses. And so they kind of enjoyed that a lot, of course.
Yeah.
Because you just go there for twice a week or something, and rest of the time is time off. But for me, it was like, I can't wait to be out of here because this needs to stop. I need this degree because I need to get out of the call center and out of this part-time job and studying guitar thing.
Yeah.
So I was really kind of hurrying up, making sure I finish on time so that I can move on from all that. That really helped, I think.
Yeah, you kind of put yourself under the pressure, right?
For sure, because it was not fun.
Damn, you're just broke, dude. Wow.
Yeah, it was tough, especially
job too.
as a musician, because it was always like a huge investment to just buy any piece of new gear or something.
Yeah.
So it was not like I was getting a lot of free stuff as a random guy in Austria back then, even if I played for like this one band already. I remember Ibanez supporting me relatively early in my career. But even with the endorsement deal, I could only afford like the $300 or $400 guitar that they dropped 50% off or something. So
yeah,
it was important. I appreciate it now for sure, because I think if you're born into something like this and everything comes naturally right away, you don't really appreciate it in any way.
Yeah, it built your personality. You know, I was going to ask you, how old were you when you learned English?
It was pretty early, because I will never lose my accent, of course, because I always feel like a complete fraud when I try to talk like an American or something. I even sounded like Arnold when I did that. I guess I sound authentic.
Yeah, Arnold's trying hard.
Yeah. I think it also makes him stand out a lot. So I think that helped his career for sure.
Yeah.
So I definitely don't want to imitate any kind of accent. I sound how I sound, but I was very interested in English because I just wanted to understand what my favorite bands were singing about.
Wow.
And so I always got the best grades in English. I wrote like the best essay in the entire year at like the final exam of the school I was at, because I always was really good at things I very deeply cared about and really bad at stuff that I didn't care about, like math and chemistry and all of that.
Yeah.
I wasn't very good at that. But with English, it was always really important for me, because in Austria, they watch movies in the theater that are dubbed in German. So you always see the mouth of the actor move, and then there's a weird German monotone guy where the actor is like really expressing emotion. He's like, ja, mir geht es sehr schlecht. Und so I couldn't watch movies like this.
Oh, wow.
And I also, like, South Park was airing on MTV Germany, and it was dubbed in German, and none of the jokes worked.
Oh,
because
yeah.
they're English language jokes.
Mm.
So I was very much drawn to just sitting there with the Korn booklet or Slipknot booklet. And I was like, what does this word mean?
Yeah.
I don't get it. And just looking it up and then memorizing it. And so from movies and music, that came pretty quickly. I did have it in school as well, of course, but if I wouldn't have that connection or that big need to actually understand it and speak it. Also with the YouTube channel, it would be a completely different story if I started in German, because it sometimes helps to serve a niche market with what you're doing online.
Mm-hmm.
But
then you're trapped.
Yeah, then it's pretty hard to expand.
Yeah, you were almost trapped doing just the lessons aspect, and that's what also helped you kind of break out of that.
Exactly. Right? I plateaued a couple of years ago at like 200,000 subscribers or something, where I was just talking about my picking technique all the time and about exercises I was doing that's not interesting not for all guitar players.
Yeah.
All of that nerdy stuff. So I made that pivot and started playing more, started posting a lot more music and some fun kind of ideas. I think that was around the time actually right here. This was my very last lesson video on the channel. If you go down just a little bit, the one to the right, 5 levels of rhythm complexity.
Oh, yeah. 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And not that long ago.
Yeah, as you can see from the thumbnail, you have quintuplets and septuplets in there. So that super niche, that's not very interesting for everyone. And that was the last one, I feel like, where it was like a classic kind of lesson thing. And after that, it was much more about just performance stuff and just being more creative with the videos that I make, so that, also I got to play with Tool.
That's sick, dude.
That was pretty fun.
Hanging out with Adam Jones.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's awesome, man.
That was really cool. He watched some of my videos on Instagram because he's watching a lot of musicians on Instagram, which I think is really cool. And I was just doing my thing. It was one of the doing some shredding stuff like alternate picking, and some of the sweep picking stuff that I like to do.
Yeah.
And he just saw it and reached out to me. And at first I thought it was a scam, because it was like Adam Jones with his profile picture. Hey, you want to play with us? I was like,
Just give me your bank info so we could get the airplane.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But I saw the check mark, and back then it actually meant something. You couldn't buy it yet.
Yeah. True.
And we started talking, and it was pretty surreal. And they were on tour in Europe, and they're playing this song called Opiate, where there's a long kind of jam section in between. And they told me to just play a solo for, I think, 2 minutes or something.
A 2-minute
or
solo?
1.5 minutes or something.
Yeah.
So not short.
Yeah.
While they were just kind of freely jamming a little bit. So that was quite interesting to do that. And once again, that's also one of the main reasons why you should start posting. You never know who's watching. So
you never know who's watching.
They won't post comment. Like if James Hetfield watches this video right now, for some reason, he won't be like, cool video, bro.
Yeah.
You will never know, but
the probably popped in, you know?
Maybe.
Yeah.
If you're here, I'm a big fan.
James, if you're watching, man, you got to be
on the podcast.
On the pod, dude.
I can recommend it.
See you in 2 years.
Yeah.
The goal.
Oh, that would be great. So, yeah, when I made that shift into doing more stuff like this, that's also interesting.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
It is just pretty fun.
That's fucking crazy. Wow.
It's good that there's a bit of video footage, because of course I wanted to come like with 7 cameras, but they don't allow videos at their shows. Only the last song right here. Got the fist bump from Maynard.
And a boy.
It was pretty cool. So at the end, people were allowed to film the last song, and I was allowed to say goodbye. They got me back on stage. I got a hug from. He's so big. Danny is so big.
Wow, dude. They must fucking love you, man.
I don't know.
That's crazy.
They made me feel like I was a part of the band. That was the coolest thing. So it was not like, wait outside the venue and come for your spot. So I was having catering. I was in Adam's room backstage, and we were talking about guitar stuff. He was showing me some of his upcoming signature guitars. I was showing him some exercises, of course. That's what everyone wants to know.
Dang.
When they talk to me.
Yeah.
Like, what can I practice? What can I do? I showed him this two-note per string stuff that we talked about, where you get the wrist working.
Yeah.
because that was also a thing for him that he sometimes uses the arm for some stuff. And he showed me some cool hammer-on stuff actually, because he has a lot of riffs where there's a
I know it.
where's
It makes no sense, but it's sick.
it's really cool. So that was fun, and just they say like never meet your heroes is like very popular saying, but it
Sure.
definitely does not apply to these guys at all.
That's
For sure.
awesome, man.
The only fun thing was Maynard, because when the break was happening in between the song
Hmm.
and I was slowly walking up stage and like plugging in and everything, he was saying into the microphone to the entire audience, "Don't fuck this up." And I was about to start, and I was like, "Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't plan on doing that."
That's great, man.
So, but it was partly as a joke, I think.
Of course.
I
Maybe.
hope.
Well, maybe. Who knows?
Maybe.
Yeah. Who knows?
So that was, and yeah, there's actually a video of it online. It's the worst video ever because it's like I think it was filming because they kick you out if they catch you filming. Doesn't
Oh,
matter what
wow.
kind of ticket you have. So I think he was just trying to
Having like his beer, like
Yeah.
a little camera.
exactly, and is also pretty far away. But
I think this is a great view.
yeah, at least there's some evidence that it really happened.
So he really said something. He
Yeah.
was like, "Don't fuck this up."
Nice pinch harmonic. I think some of the solo stuff is actually at the start of the video, where it was like,
Dude, that's crazy. Your own spotlight?
yeah,
Oh, that's sick, dude.
that was pretty cool.
Dang it, spotlight, dude. Oh, wow.
Yeah, did some shredding stuff.
That's awesome, man. You deserve it, brother.
Some sweep picking stuff. Yeah, it was pretty fun. I just tried to play what Adam liked in the videos, so
Yeah. No,
Try
it's
to make him
great.
happy.
That's great, man.
it was cool
That's talk about a dream.
for
You
sure.
know?
The only frustrating part, of course, was that after this ended, you're not in the band or anything, so it's just a 1-day thing.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I felt like on this day, I really felt like, what, this is where I want to be. Like the whole big arena production, of course,
Yeah.
the set they have on stage,
Mm-hmm.
all of that is great. The team is awesome that they have working there. They had like one crew member who was doing like COVID tests, because it was during that time. If one guy gets sick on this tour, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
So super big professional production, many trucks. And the cool thing was that it was a very loud stage, which is, I'm not used to that anymore. I don't know if, do you guys play with in-ear monitoring?
No, it's
No?
the wedges. Yeah, it's
Oh.
cranking. Yeah.
I haven't done that in maybe 10 years or something.
Wow.
So I also got in-ears for that because I really wanted to hear what I'm doing and not mess this up.
Oh, yeah.
But at the soundcheck, I was playing without in-ears because I think they prepared them for me, and they also have wedges. And it was the loudest stage I've ever been on. And it
Yeah.
was shaking quite a bit because Danny is really
Yeah.
playing with a lot of punch and power. So that was
He's powerful.
a cool feeling on stage. Because with the pop band that I'm playing with, there's not I mean, I do have my solo spots, but most of it is like clean guitar stuff.
Yeah.
So we also don't have any cabs on stage.
Mm.
We play with campers. It's pretty much
Mm.
direct. So you don't really have
Yeah.
stage volume.
Yeah.
So it can feel a bit sterile sometimes. So this was my first metal show in a long time, where it's like, oh, this is loud and I can feel it in my bones, like
Yeah.
the
Oh, I
bass
feel
and
it.
all
Oh
of
my
that.
God.
Yes,
It's a freaking band, dude.
that was cool, for sure.
That's crazy, dude.
And this is the
Hell
one
yeah.
we did recently, the stadium one, and I just have this pedal board right here, the camper profiler. How's it called? Remote. Yes,
Yeah.
the camper remote. And that's it. There's like no monitor, no amp on stage.
Is that the same wall that's here?
So that's my kind of backup thing.
Okay.
That's the Quad Cortex.
Mm.
It is also Mission Engineering wah that I'm using for the camper. I don't know if it's the exact same one. They make one for camper and one for Quad Cortex, but I think might be the same pedal in a different color, just so that it so that it matches.
Yeah, it's kind of like, huh,
Yeah.
interesting.
And I do like to use that one. It's a bit awkward to sit like that. But, it's very old school, of course. People don't
sick.
use wah that much anymore.
Yeah, the was down the game for a bit.
Yeah, so I'm trying to maybe bring it back a little bit because you can kind of articulate some phrases a little bit, where I try to do that with, like I said before, maybe starting a run muted and then opening it up. And that's just kind of another rhythmic layer you could add on some shredding parts where like opening up the wah and closing it. So I like fun dynamic stuff.
Hell yeah.
Like this. Yeah.
Yes.
That's just me.
So you're the first guitar player to come here with a guitar tuned at standard E. Classic E. Has that always been your like tuning or what?
Yeah. I feel like as a bit of a nerd, I'm drawn to the tuning a little bit because of the theory background. And when you study at the conservatory with the guitar in standard tuning and figure out your chord voicings, all of that, like I personally like to play a lot of extended seventh chord voicings. Like this one, for example, where you have the ninth in there.
Yeah.
The minor third on top. We have that kind of dissonance. But it sounds nice. So the whole fretboard visualization aspect of it is a little bit easier, of course, if you're used to standard tuning and you keep your guitar in standard tuning.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons. And the other reason is that the music I make myself is a little bit kind of diverse. It's not only metal. I do have some metal stuff, like your occasional classic. Riffs like that one, where you have the tremolo picking and all that.
Of course.
But
gotta rock, dude.
Yes! But a lot of the stuff that I play is... It's like arpeggios and tapped stuff that's just slightly distorted a little bit. And I feel like with standard tuning, I can do the best of all worlds that I kind of like. I like the old school Metallica stuff and riffs. I like the more modern math rock kind of stuff that's also not down-tuned that much.
Yeah.
So it works for me. And you can always, like for some songs, I have, like this one is tuned down a whole step. As you said, with the modern technology, it's so easy to just down tune by pressing.
Oh, it's one button.
Yeah.
So you're that was E flat.
This one is one whole step down. It's in D.
Oh, D. My reverb. I got my chorus, and this. Okay.
Oh wow. That's super low. Nice.
It's D, right? Yeah.
But I'm hearing both right now, like the guitar in the room and also the sound. Ah, nice.
Yeah.
Perfect. But you're like an octave lower than me.
Yeah.
Awesome. It's crazy that it works for clean stuff and for overlapping notes.
Oh yeah, I love the. Sick, dude.
It's pretty. I think that's very, very cool that you can do that nowadays, because you used to have to bring all those kinds of different guitars in different tunings.
This one fucking button, dude. Actually, what kind of guitar is this?
This is an Ibanez. I hope I don't mess up the name. AZ2402.
Okay.
Always a lot of numbers. And I'm having my signature with them is coming out in September, and was like an almost 2-year process, I think. And it's
Congratulations, man.
oh, thanks.
It's a big deal.
It's not out yet.
It's coming.
Everything can go wrong still, but it's. Oh, we got the police outside. I hope they're not looking for me.
Yeah, no, someone stole one, so they're trying to.
Oh no. Yes. So this is the one that I'm playing usually, and it's a fun one because it's not really a metal guitar. It's more of a fusion guitar. Some people would say it comes in black as well.
Yeah,
I have the black one, of course.
of course.
But the interesting part about this guitar and what I like about it is that it's very versatile because it doesn't have like full-on EMG pickups in there. You can do that kind of funky stuff where you have to pick up in the 1, 2, 3, 4th position, where you get that kind of. It's always hard to describe a tone. It's spanky,
Yeah.
clean tone, I guess. It's just a little bit distorted, just a little bit crunchy. It's a sound that I really like with where you can really hear the
Oh yeah, you really hear the.
percussive.
Yeah, it's dope.
I like that a lot, but it can still also do the metal stuff, of course. And what's very special about this guitar, I think yours is similar when it comes to that. When I started out, everyone told me to go for the thinnest neck possible
Oh wow.
in order for speed,
Yeah.
to do the technical stuff and to move the fingers
Yeah.
faster. And that didn't really work for me. And it took me, I don't know, 10 years to figure it out because I just thought that's a fact. And I never even bothered trying anything with a thick neck because that's for the that's for
Yeah.
those guys.
Those guys suck. Yeah.
So then I noticed that a lot of fusion players that are really great actually play
Are they playing a fat neck?
playing a
fat
bit
boy?
of a thicker neck. And this guitar is actually played by a lot of awesome fusion guys like Martin Miller and Tom Quayle. Those guys have a similar guitar to this one, and I really like their playing. So I just decided to give it a try, and felt better about my finger technique immediately because I wasn't pushing that hard. Because I feel like with a thin neck, if you have relatively long fingers, I was pushing too hard because there wasn't that much to grab on to.
Yeah.
So I was kind of cramping up a little bit sometimes. And with a bit of a thicker neck, now I have a grip that's much more relaxed, where I'm not anchoring that hard, and I'm having an easier time with legato stuff, with hammer-ons and pull-offs and all that. So I like all of this stuff about the guitar, but there's some things I don't like that I could add to my signature.
Yeah.
Because one thing that's always frustrating doesn't affect all guitar players, but the knob placement is not optimal for all picking techniques. Like if you go super deep into technique and all that, and what I like to do with alternate picking is I follow the strings as I'm playing for the scale. So I'm not anchoring and doing this. I'm really following. And sometimes
Oh yeah,
you
yeah.
slightly kind of change the position
Yeah.
of the knob, or you just touch it. So we moved that one, and it was a kind of a big deal because they usually don't do that for their guitars.
Oh wow.
So I got them to do that, which is great, I think. And I got Fishman to make some pickups because I do like those, but I feel like they could use a bit more clarity for some stuff that sound a little bit muddy. And I love the Fishman pickups quite a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
They're really great. And I got my own ones that they made especially for me.
Oh,
which
really?
I'm quite excited.
Oh, congrats, man.
They will be in the guitar. I don't know if they will be available right away, separately as well, but they will be in the guitar.
Is this by coming out, do you mean you're going to get the first one, or is it going to drop on the internet in September?
They will. The guitar will be officially released, I guess, in September for pre-orders. So that's when people will see the instrument. I will be at Guitar Summit, at the German NAMM convention, so to say. It's like the biggest thing we have in Europe. I will be there presenting the guitar for 3 days at the Ibanez booth, just talking to people, playing, giving masterclasses and all that. And I think that's where pre-orders start, so people can order through Sweetwater or Thomann, which is the big European one. And it should get shipped out early next year or at the end of the year or something like that.
Oh, congrats, man.
But yeah, thanks. I mean, it was a bit of a process. took almost 2 years
It takes a while, dude.
because
It takes a while.
it's a very big company. So I was talking to the German guys. They have to talk with the US team. Then they have to talk to Japan to make sure that everyone's on board. Then we had the perfect design. Then another one of the artists came out with a guitar that looks pretty much, I won't say who he is, but everyone knows who he is. Came out with a guitar that looked exactly like the one that we were building for over a year.
Polyphia.
Maybe, but it was not intentional because
it happens. It happens.
the German team didn't talk to the American one, and at one point they were like, "Oh, those guitars look exactly the same."
Timing.
That was bad timing. So we kind of had to start from scratch a bit because I didn't want it to look exactly same. I still wanted to be unique because everyone would have been like, "Oh, it's just doing the same thing like the."
I know it sucks, dude. That's all. It's all people see. I believe ideas. Sometimes there's a certain time that ideas come, and I think that's why you got to. That's why if something comes in your head, you got to do it that moment because I think the ideas are out there, and it just depends who fucking grabs it.
Yes.
You know, or sometimes a few people will grab the same idea around the same time. It's always kind of like, what is that? We actually named a record. Speaking of that band, we named the record almost identical to theirs.
Really?
At the same
Which one?
time. I think their record's called
Remember That You Will Die?
Yeah, Remember That You Will Die, and then we put out a record called you Remember You Must Die.
Oh, okay.
And I think they were putting theirs out first, and we were like, we're not gonna change ours.
Yeah.
And people say anything, I do not care. If anyone wants to fight, I'll fight all of Polyphia.
Yeah.
I was kidding. But dude, it's just what a fucking weird coincidence. But luckily, I mean, the fan base is so, I think, separated that no one, I haven't seen one thing comment about it. So this is it's just a weird time. The exact same time you pull the same or almost identical idea. Like, man, it's like where do ideas even come from, man? It's crazy.
It's a cool title. It's a bit depressing, of course, but it's true.
I love it.
It's a fact.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's just the same, just grabbing ideas. So did you change the position or what? Did you of the knob?
Yes.
Okay.
For sure. It's not. I don't want it to be completely out of reach because maybe you've seen my OCD obsession already. People comment on this all the time in my videos. Whenever I play something, I immediately do this.
Yeah.
I always roll off the guitar because I don't want to be that guy that starts to talk to you, then you can hear.
Sure.
So I learned that very early on, and I even do that when I'm practicing on the couch and the guitar is not plugged in.
Yeah.
And I'm practicing, and then and also change pickups when the guitar isn't plugged in.
We all do it. We pick up some and we start playing it, even if it's not plugged in. We turn the volume up. It's like, why am I turning the volume up?
Yeah, I always feel like an idiot 1 second after, but
it's not fucking plugged in.
Yeah, so I don't want it to be too far away because I always do that because it's important when you're playing live and the singer is doing a big emotional speech and you
sure
you have that note coming out. So it's still nicely in reach, but it's not like exactly at this point where the wrist is sometimes fighting that thing. So those are the main things for me that I wanted to do a very versatile guitar that's great for the modern math rock kind of stuff, but you can also do metal with it or anything except. You can even do that. Probably.
Yeah.
But
that's the theme of this podcast.
That's
fucking
it is.
Riff, dude. Just the gas. It's fucking.
Oh, it's even better in that tuning works much better.
It does. It's fucking way heavier.
Nice. Perfect.
I've got chorus and a fucking octave on it.
As all blues players do.
It's a fucking sick ass fucking riff, dude. Did you go with the thicker neck?
Yes, for sure. It's not a crazy thick neck, so don't want people to think that it's like you can't even wrap your thumb around it or something.
I think that thicker neck's coming back. I think people are realizing, shit, like you're just taking off all that tone.
I think that might be the case as well. But for
even
me,
playing too, I'm like, oh shit.
For me, it's really the playing where I feel like if it's too thick, it's also not great. But if I have nothing, like if it's so thin and you feel like you're playing like this and the fingers get a little bit stiff,
it
just didn't end up feeling right for me. So I think that's a great thing. And Yeah, it's also gonna look cool. I mean,
Fuck yeah, it is,
that's
dude.
the other thing they really want to make sure to do, that they don't grab a guitar in their roster
Mm-hmm.
and slap a different color theme on it, and it's like that's
Sure.
the signature guitar.
Sure.
So I really like that approach of let's try to make something. So I didn't really make this guitar just for me. I made it for everyone who's like watching my videos and always asking what guitar would be the best
Oh, that's cool.
or the easiest
That's
to
cool.
to play with.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's a great one.
I've always people ask me, I'm like, dude, like you never ask people about string gauges.
Mm-hmm.
You're actually perfect because I guess where do you start? Standard E. What's a good gauge to start at?
I'm the most boring guy ever. I go 10 to 64, 46.
Okay, so that's the most standard
Yes,
you can go.
but I did try out different stuff. I had a hybrid set for quite a while, maybe a
Mhm.
year, where I had nines on top,
Mm.
and that was fun at home because you could kind of over exaggerate bends nicely and
Yeah.
had a big wide vibrato because the strings were a little bit softer.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of nice, and it worked for all of my licks and solos as well at home, perfectly fine. But then we went out on a tour, and I was taking out this guitar with the hybrid set for the first time. And when you play live, you do play with a bit more like adrenaline, especially first couple of songs you go on stage, like,
Yeah.
let's do this.
I'm horny.
So yeah. And when I did that with the lighter strings, I was often overshooting bends a little bit
Oh yeah.
because I wasn't sitting at home doing this. I was like,
Oh yeah, it's a freaking horny bend, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta control it.
exactly. So I had that happen to me, and with some of the shredding stuff, I think once, and that was the pivotal point where I switched back. I was playing there was some kind of shred lick in the higher section of the neck, and something like that happened where the string was feeling so loose for me while I was playing
Mm.
that I was kind of
Oh yeah.
bending it over the fret like this, and that's when I switched back because I felt like they are nice at home for that kind of extra range with bending and vibrato. But as soon as I stepped on stage, I missed the kind of little bit more rigid feeling of the standard tens
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to that, and that's what I feel the most comfortable with. Still, I don't go thicker than that because I think that only makes sense if you would drop a little bit and play with a lot of picking attack. I feel like you need a thicker string gauge if you dig in super hard
Yeah.
when you kind of bend the string out of pitch just with your picking attack.
Mm.
But with me, it's mostly light and coming from the wrist, so it works pretty well with that kind of gauge. So I would only go thicker if you tune lower.
Sure.
That makes a lot of sense. But if you're in standard tuning and you feel like you dig in super hard and sometimes bend the string out of pitch a bit,
Yeah.
maybe a lower gauge would help with that.
Okay.
But I tried, and I literally went back to the absolute basics because those are the basics for a reason, I guess.
Yeah. Sometimes you do like a full circle. So I just went back to what fuck.
Yep.
You want to, because I mean, we're just wired that way. It's always like the new thing is always better. Like the grass is greener. This is how we're fucking wired, dude. But
Yeah.
then you do a full circle sometimes. It's
For
like,
sure.
well, all
But
right.
it's good to try because you might find something that
You might find some. You might find a little some.
Yeah, because there are some players that love the thinner strings because they do a lot of bending. So if your playing is all bending,
Yeah.
and
It's horny.
that could work out for you. So it also always depends on what you actually want to get out of the instrument and what you're playing.
Mm.
So it's always a little bit hard because when we do the VIP clinics before the shows, when we go on tour, we don't want to just do like a photo session with everyone that gets a VIP ticket. We do like a 2-hour full-on clinic where people can ask stuff
Whoa.
most of the time.
That's sick.
And that's a very common question, like what pick do you use? What kind of strings? What kind of this and that? And you can always only mention the stuff that works best for you. Like this is the pick that I've been using for quite a long time because
You been doing the jazz threes,
yes,
right? Okay.
exactly.
Nice.
Because it gives me the most amount of control. Like when I'm switching between different strings.
Mhm.
I'm doing all of the alternate picking stuff that I was doing. I'm just not getting stuck in between the strings or grazing the strings that way.
Hmm.
And they also have a bit of a grip surface so that even when you sweat on stage, you don't just
Oh yeah, you don't. Yeah.
kind of drop them.
Even if you're hammered, it's fine.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hey Jay, pull up the most recent record. I think it came out in 2024, right? Came out in 2024?
Mine?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it came out last
24,
year.
right? Yeah. Last year, so fucking weird, dude.
It was
Well, not the. If we could get like a record, a good old disco.
the Elemental one.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a fun one.
Dude, that there's two songs. I'm lost. Where am I? For Farewell and Waterworks.
Oh yeah,
Those both those intros are fucking nuts.
that's pretty fun stuff because I usually don't play acoustic guitar that much, but for some reason people really love the acoustic stuff
Really?
that I do.
I'm like, what? It's like, what is he even? Oh, it's a good cover.
Yeah,
it's like, what is he even doing?
yeah, that was fun because that's kind of an experimental era record where I made those viral YouTube videos. Like for the Waterworks one, I was filling the guitar with water and then I recorded the track.
Yeah.
That's why it sounds like it sounds.
Yeah, it sounds awesome.
And I'm doing some fun stuff there because I was literally just sitting like this in my room and I was just hitting some harmonics, not really thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it would be kind of cool to do something with harmonics, like
Yeah.
not just play some notes and then a natural harmonic, but to just only work with harmonics.
Mm.
So I was kind of trying to look for some shapes that I could follow and that I could play with all harmonics. And the obvious one, of course, is when you do something like this, where you have all of the harmonics in a row,
Mm-hmm.
like on the 7th fret. I'm getting a harmonic out of every single string. And I just kept searching for shapes, almost like an arpeggio, that I could play with harmonics only.
Hmm.
And I was kind of thinking, what if I don't know what the best sound for that is. If I almost try to follow the strings like this with a sweep picking arpeggio and then do something like accent it like that. So I was just trying to almost see a scale made out of harmonics and only play like that. Just to do stuff like this, which is, I don't know, I think live I might do it with a sound like this. So there are multiple cool things you can do when you only look at harmonics on the neck, and it also sounds really fun with acoustic guitar.
Mm-hmm.
So, and for the other track, for Farewell, that's the one I used this patch for, where it's actually in...
Oh, yeah.
So it just sounds a little bit more sad.
Yeah.
When it's tuned down.
Yeah.
So that's why I use that. And that one also has some harmonics in there, some fun stuff. I also often use like tapping harmonics. It's another thing I often do for these songs, where you can just get the notes to ring out 1 octave higher by just gently tapping on the strings. It's also much easier than it looks. It just takes a little bit of coordination in order to see the same shape 1 octave higher. You get those nice kind of overtones.
Yeah.
When you do that. So I like to do that, but there are also some more heavy songs on there, and the track list is a little bit special for me because my audience decided on it, because I was just releasing for a very long time 1 song every single week. So I had a ton of songs, and I simply chose the ones that people like the most.
Oh, wow.
Which is
nice. That's cool.
I feel like most of the times artists
That's
are like,
cool.
I like this song, so you have to like it now as well.
Yeah.
For me, it's always the other way around. Like, okay, they actually like this one a lot. I don't know why. This is the big song or the best performing song.
Yeah.
But I'm going with that because seems to be some truth to that. So for most of the songs, I just took the ones that performed the best out of those weekly ones, and I just added a couple of collaborational efforts as well. Like the seventh track, I don't know if you know Ichika Nito. He's a really, really great guitar player. Does a lot of technical, cool, clean stuff. Sounds like anime stuff a lot of times.
Nice.
He's really, really good. So I got some of those awesome players to collaborate on songs with me as well.
A lot of cool collabs.
Yeah.
What kind of guitar is that?
That's also an Ibanez. And
is it?
It is, yeah. It's his Ibanez signature.
Oh, shit. That's crazy. Oh, okay. Oh, my goodness.
That's really cool.
No matter how much I practice, I'll never be able to do that.
I mean, if you really love it, you would, for sure. It's always a matter of... I don't think you look at this and it's like, oh, I have to learn this. This is the greatest thing I've ever heard. So I also have some people saying that at some clinics that they will never like get this alternate picking to this level or the sweep picking technique or the speed and everything. But I think most of the time you just don't really need or want it that much. You're just like, that would be kind of cool, but
yeah.
So I think it's mostly if you really like something and you feel like this is what I want to do, you will get good at it for sure because you'll find
figure
a way.
It out, huh?
Yes, for sure.
That's true.
You don't need. I mean, you're touring the world for so many years and have so many successful songs out. I don't think it would have a big impact on like if you have 8 finger tapping in the next song. That's what will change everything.
I wonder, huh?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that song might flop. Bad thumbnail and a bad
the thumbnail, yeah.
Yeah, a me tapping
if
bad.
If they see this on the thumbnail, it's over. Like,
or people might watch just to see me fail at it.
No.
So it's always that, right?
No, I think you'll do great.
So Bernth, you are actually and then I've been trying to wrap it up, but it just keeps going. It's nice.
I'm sorry.
So what I've been hearing, what's different about music now is that people are coming out of high school or even junior high. What do you want to be? And I mean, for us, like the term might be dirty for us, but I guess what it is, like people say, they want to be an influencer or they want to be a YouTuber. Like, where do you even start? People that watch you, so I want to do that. Like, how do you even like begin that? Because it's still a very new thing.
For sure.
Yeah. How do you even kind of start that?
I think the hardest thing for most people that I talk to is simply starting, because most people think you need like a multi-camera setup and what stuff that we have right here, like an expensive microphone and great lighting and everything. And that's nice to have for sure. And I also like to put work into my videos when it comes to that, try to make them look really cool.
Yeah.
But people ultimately don't really care about that at all. And I have some videos on my channel that look really, really bad, where the audio is kind of bad and the editing, but it's just a good video that people like to watch, where they get something out of it, either through the music or through what I say or explain or talk about. So I feel like the first thing is not being afraid to just put up a smartphone and maybe buy like a $5 to $10 clip-on microphone that goes into the smartphone and just let that be the setup when you start.
Yeah.
Because no one cares that much, especially if you're starting out. It won't make the big difference. You can always add stuff as you're moving. Yeah. But I feel like some people always kind of delay that point of starting because they're like, I want to start, but I want to do it properly. So I need to save up for that camera and I need to save up for that lighting. And so the biggest thing is just starting. And I feel like right now, content in general is moving into a direction where it's less about the polished stuff. And people don't even like that. Like when you're browsing through a feed and a really polished, super high quality video comes up, it looks like an ad. And you're more likely to skip it.
Wow.
And you're like, don't want to see that.
Interesting.
Like every time I clip something out of the big budget music videos, people don't care because it looks like it's just
what the fuck?
Trying to sell me something, like a car ad, like that's super nice and polished. And people really prefer that authenticity, where it looks like, where you put that phone down and you press record and then you do your thing.
Yeah.
That often does much, much better because people are like, that's a real person doing something
Wow.
and not just someone trying to sell me something.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Just changing.
It's always changing. A couple of years ago, it was the high energy screaming, like Mr. Beast style. Like, today we're looking at the first one, we're doing this, and cuts every second.
Oh, yeah.
That was the trend on YouTube. Now people are really sick of that, and they gravitate towards people that like stuff that you are doing, where it's pretty much an uncut
Really?
video. That's, I mean, you do have some cuts in there, of course,
Yeah.
but it's not like we're recording for 6 hours and then you trim it to 10 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So I feel like people want that really. And the
Interesting.
other thing is, the only other big tip is something we also already talked about, that consistency is the most important thing.
Oh, it's literally one of the most important things.
Yes.
Consistency, dude.
Everyone just tends to stop after a week or after 2 weeks of it not working. And in reality, I talked to Charles Berthoud, who has like 2 million subscribers, the bass player, today.
Yeah.
And we were talking about our beginnings a bit. And he said for the first 7 years, he barely got any views.
Wow.
7 years.
7
Yes.
years. That makes us look like nothing.
Yep.
7 years,
For
nothing.
sure.
No,
Just maybe a couple thousand here and there. And he also wasn't uploading every week, but sometimes he had like 6-month periods where he was uploading every month at least. So some kind of consistency. So this went on for years and years and years. And now he's the biggest bass player on YouTube. And we're going on all these awesome tours together. But I feel like most people think when they see a big channel, they're like, they got really lucky with like one video, or they got a shout out from a huge channel. But they don't really, they should always do what you did earlier, go to oldest videos and then check out,
Oh,
okay.
yeah. When you see like the fucking, yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, dude.
And also, once again, when you don't get any views at the start, you should be really happy about that, because you will hate those videos later on. And if you don't, that's actually a really bad sign, because I also hate my videos from a year ago where I'm like, I
Same.
could have done that better, and that sucks. And
Yeah.
I will hate this podcast in a year because I'm like, I sounded like an idiot, and I
sounds
said all these stupid things. And gonna have to redo it.
I still do that.
Probably tomorrow when the podcast is out. Like, oh my god.
No, it's good. Yeah, they kind of means you're doing something right when you look back, which I personally got from podcasts I was consuming of Mr. Beast. He said he would cringe at his old videos. I'm like, oh shit, I would go on older podcasts of mine, like, oh, who's that person? But you're just starting, or you're constantly learning. So when you look back, you're like you're still the same person, but not, right? It's still like you're still you now.
sure.
But when you look back like a year ago or two, I'm like, man, what? We were doing that? I thought that was really good when that came out.
Exactly.
So it's kind of like you're raising your own bar without knowing, right? So, but you don't really know until you actually look back and have something to compare it to, I guess, right?
For sure.
I don't know.
For me, it was mostly kind of trying to fake some kind of personality, where I was always afraid of losing the interest of the viewer. So I was talking really fast, and I was cutting it a lot, and speaking very energetically, so that I get people hooked and excited about what I'm talking. And now watching that, it feels so weird, because it looks like I don't know, like the big eyes, and like,
Yeah.
oh, that was
I'm shocked.
yeah.
I'm Austrian. I'm Austrian. I'm shredding.
Yeah.
Listen to me.
Yeah. Please.
And you're still learning, dude.
Yeah.
You're still learning. So so Charles was basically not posting consistently until for 7 years. And I'm going on I hit over 4.5 years.
Nice.
Being consistency. Like I came out of the gate pretty like okay every week.
Nice.
But those 4 years just flew by.
Yeah, I mean, I could see the changes in the setup, which was pretty fun.
Yeah.
You had an oven in here or something like that at one point, or was it a
Oh,
different
yeah.
room?
Yeah, I tried a bunch of stuff, and some worked, some didn't. You know, you have good ones, you have good podcasts, you have ones that you're just for some reason you're just off. Could be what I had for breakfast. I don't know. Sometimes you're just mentally on it, sometimes you're not. I don't know. But yeah, just changing the sets, see what worked. It's funny about this. We've had these curtains for forever. I remember this one time where we took down the curtains because you're trying shit, you're experimenting,
Yeah,
and ended up just going back.
because
Put
it looks great.
put up these are Amazon curtains,
Nice.
and I guess that kind of like became a thing. I don't know, without even trying. So oh shit, I just went back. The one day I just put the curtains back up. I was like, oh shit, I felt good. It was like this weird like warm feeling. I was like, oh shit, why did I take the curtains down like a fucking idiot? Full circle. A lot of things I've done in my life, I've done full circle. Came right back to where, but with a new perspective, I guess.
Nice.
Yeah.
Some words of wisdom.
Oh no, I feel dumb.
No.
Yeah, you're like the first person I ever got to talk to, Bernth, where they lived it. And I was able to kind of hang out with somebody or get like some like you've been giving me some very helpful tips and feedback. So that's been very helpful. I never talked to anybody ever because no one's in this. So it's really nice, and you were very gracious with your time. So thank you for that.
For sure. I literally love talking about all of this stuff, and I hate some of the mentality that you see. It doesn't matter if it's in music or in the YouTube field where you feel like people don't want to tell you the secrets. Like, this is something that I know. I
Yeah,
have to protect it,
yeah,
so that people don't figure it out. I think that has always been the worst way of handling all this, because whenever you open yourself up and share everything, like I shared literally everything about my technique or my exercises,
mm-hmm.
either on Patreon or on YouTube or everywhere. I give out everything because I talked to some people actually and encouraged them to do that, and they were like, no, but then they know how to play like me, and why would I do that? It's the most
Yeah.
stupid thing I ever heard.
Yeah,
And for me, it's the exact opposite. I think it's awesome just to see people getting better, and you're like, wow, I could actually help this
yeah.
person.
Holy crap.
Wow, okay. That's just so much more important for me than keeping all of my secrets, and you will never be as good as me because
Yeah.
I never practice actually this. I just was born like this, and this is so easy for me. And so some people
Yeah.
like to give off this vibe, like they're
Mm-hmm.
it's actually a German word that's used, Wunderkind. I don't know
What
if
does
that's
that mean?
like a literal translation would be wonder child. Like
Wonder
just-
child.
just born and then
Oh, okay.
you're shredding.
That's
So-
you.
No, definitely not.
You're a wonder kid.
No, I had to work really, really hard for everything and sucked for a long time, all of this stuff. So
It still sucks sometimes.
yeah, it's definitely
It's still kind of like, what the fuck?
it never ends, and it's also one of the things that makes me happy, because the most depressing thought ever is just completing this instrument at one point, and then you're like, okay, I can now play everything, and I
Yeah.
know everything, and I completed it, and then
Yeah.
you put it down and you're done. So that also
Yeah.
doesn't sound great
No, it
to
doesn't.
me. Yeah.
No, it doesn't, man. I've been trying to walk away from this thing forever, but it keeps coming back.
Oh yeah.
Keeps coming back. Bernth, did we miss anything? Anything you about you that you want out there, or anything that I might have missed?
I think it was really great.
I think we're going on 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Oh wow,
So
felt like 10 minutes.
what the hell was that?
That's one last thing I can show you actually.
Okay, let's do it.
might make for a nice clip. So one thing I've been doing with picking technique is kind of experimenting with, like, I always played chords in a way where I like to arpeggiate them.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not playing all the notes at the same time.
Okay.
You arpeggiate the chord like this. I always thought that sounded relatively nice.
Yeah.
And I also always liked the sound of sweep picking. So at one point I kind of thought, what if you combine that kind of arpeggiating of chords with the sweep picking approach, where you want this to be in time. So most of the time when you do something like this, you're not thinking about, am I playing 32nd notes or 16th note triplets? When I do this, you're just doing this. But it would be kind of cool if you would be very conscious about the rhythm of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I just started experimenting with it. With that, I started experimenting with it with 3-string shapes, where I was really trying to So to really kind of hit the kind of consistent tempo with that. And that sounds pretty trippy because as opposed to sweep picking where you really want the notes to be separated, you let them overlap like this.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty fun. And you can even do that with distortion where you...
Oh, crap.
Where depends on the pickup. I think maybe you hear it a little bit better with. Then you can move it around. And so not just for solos, you could also, like if I switch to a clean tone for do something like this where you have this really kind of percussive, wavy sound. And it's one thing that maybe you want to try because it's really cool and I don't hear it that much out there. And some people think, well, this is just strumming. What you're doing is strumming, but it's not that. So it doesn't sound like this. We're just raking up and down. The challenge is to really
so you
can pick any shape you can just bar, for example, if you want to. Oh, nice. And the challenge would kind of be to get those even. Nice. That was actually perfect. The only tricky thing is that you don't want to pick them individually, the strings like this. You actually want it kind of fluid, almost sweep picking, so that you can actually speed it up. Yes!
Right?
Nice! That's great!
You know what, dude? I'm sweeping right now.
Yeah, you are?
I'm sweeping.
Awesome. That sounds great.
Is that it?
That's it.
Fuck!
Awesome!
Fucking sweeping!
You picked it up really fast.
So that's it?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
For sure.
Okay, and then then you're just like slowly picking up speed.
Yes, for sure, and it gets quite hard when you speed it up like this, because you still kind of have to hear and feel the note values because you don't want it to turn into complete chaos. You really want that that kind of triplet through. Like that. Nice. Yes, the Dory sounds really great. Yeah. Nice. I think that's just
not bad.
A really cool sound that you don't hear that much. Because you're always trying to separate the notes like this, where you hear note after note.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's a really cool kind of versatile thing. You could either do with a clean tone or even with chords, anything like that. And most people, when they don't see what you're doing, end up being very confused. Because I actually recorded a solo for Charles that had a lot of this. Just really fast picking in there, and he thought I was individually picking all the notes. And he said, "This is the craziest thing I've ever heard. You have to show me how you're doing this." And I did this, and he was like, "Okay, I thought your fingers looked like that." But it's actually just if you get the timing perfectly, it just sounds like a crazy wave of notes. So that's a cool thing. I just wanted to show you at the end. Hope to hear it on the next record.
Dude, it's going to be on the next record.
Nice.
I bet Mark, step aside.
Yes. Let me show you. I like to call this modular picking, but I guess everyone has a different term. For me, that made the most amount of sense because I think of it in modules of up and down because you always have those repeating notes. So it's always the lowest and the highest note repeating. So I always kind of imagine it as those two modules that I kind of put together in different ways, shapes, or forms. That's pretty cool. But
That's
I will shut up about obscure guitar techniques.
It could just go on forever.
Yeah.
Well, Bernth, thank you for sharing your knowledge and your history, man.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate that. What do you have coming up, and then where can people find you?
Yes. So the most exciting thing that's coming up is in October already. October, early November. Going on tour with Charles in China. So we're doing 2 weeks of China. Then we're playing one festival in South Korea. And then 3 shows in Australia at the end of August and at the end of October.
Sick.
It's not that early. At the end of October, early November. And maybe I can send you a link for that. Would be great if people come to these shows. It's our first time in all of these countries.
Yeah.
And we want to come back at one point. And that's the most exciting thing happening on tour concerning my guitar playing. If you liked some of the stuff that I played, you can listen to it either on Spotify. I try to put out almost weekly new music, from crazy metal stuff all the way to acoustic guitar. Something different every time to keep it interesting. And of course, I have 2 YouTube channels. The main one is the one where I'm mostly just playing and talking about some like broader stuff. And I have a Guitar Academy channel as well, because I still want to keep helping people. It just didn't work on the main channel anymore because the topics got so obscure, like the modular picking stuff that we just did. If you post it on a 1.4 million subscriber channel, it's like, what is he talking about? So I have a channel to nerd out as well. It's called Bernth Guitar Academy. And of course a Patreon community in case people want to check it out. And they should also join your Patreon community.
Yes.
Because I want to give you the sounds.
Oh yeah. Well, we're trying to figure out a way to get the tone and then be able to put it. So yeah, I'll hit you up about that.
Yes.
So, is there like a website you really want people just to go to?
Don't really have a straight. I mean, I do have a website, but
we'll just put everything then.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
I think
Linktree.
I think the link tree is just.
It's hot.
That's actually some stuff. Yeah.
That's your Linktree, you know that, right?
I have almost forgot about that.
Yeah.
Because people don't really. I mostly direct people to one source because if they're like me, they don't like that kind of. Here are 7 links.
I learned that from you.
Yeah. You choose where you want to go to. It's usually like if I have something very specific, like if I'm playing a song, you can listen to that song here. If I'm showing some technique, you can find the exercise there. So it's not just here are all of my links.
Yeah, here's everything.
Yeah. But I do have that.
And you just came out with like a EP?
Yeah, I do tend to, whenever I put a new song, I put the...
Say Less,
2025,
2 songs.
Yes. So whenever I put out a new song, I try to find a song that I previously released and add it on there. So it's always kind of an EP. I'm not always coming up with 4 songs every week.
Yeah.
I just kind of try to bundle them together in a way that makes sense. That's how eventually I released my album last year. So, yeah.
Great.
Thanks everyone who checks me out from this.
Bernth, thank you again, man. Appreciate it. All right, everyone. That's it. Later. That's the fucking rip. Attaboy.